good morning.
Morning,
What's your name?
Ronke Adeniji.
Okay, so you are one of the speakers for the Future Summit. Give us a sneak peek into what you'll be discussing with us today.
Okay, well, I just want to encourage the young ones because I started business young as well, and that there are opportunities out there, and we just have to go for it, regardless of how young we are. And then for women as well, there aren't enough opportunities for women in the entrepreneurship space. We just have to continue to edge at it, and then would succeed. So I'm just here to encourage as many as are present here that they can. If I could do it, they can.
We look forward to your session. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Banky W. I'm the convener of the Future Summit, and here is the third edition of the Future Summit with the team, The Blueprint. This year we're going back to the foundation. This year we're going back to the scratch. A lot of business owners need to understand why they're in the business, why they are doing business, why their business existed. That is why we carefully selected our speakers this year. We carefully selected the speakers that have a lot of experience when it comes to failure and success. And I believe that this morning they are going to do justice to the team, which is the Blueprint. Thank you very much.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Agatha Makmadu, a solicitor.
Okay, so you're one of the speakers at the Future Summit today. Give us a sneak peek into what you'll be discussing with us today.
Very well. I'll be discussing about what legal services is and the benefit of legal services or legal compliance and legal obligation to all entrepreneurs, startups in business. Entrepreneurs do not like the sound of legal obligation, legal compliance, because at the verge of starting their business, what is in their mind is raising fund capital and strategizing on how to market their brands, how to attract customers and investors. The last thing in their mind is investing in legal service. So I'll be helping them understand the importance of legal obligation, the importance in investing in complying with what the law has says, the protection it accords them, and how it will help them benefit in so many ways that will make them have return on investment and make millions. So when they now ask, what will legal service do to my business? How can it help my business grow? They will see in my discussion that legal services will help them make millions and avoid costly mistakes in their business.
Thank you so much. I look forward to your session.
Thank you very much.
Banky W, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, so you're one of the speakers at the Future Summit today.
Yes.
Tell us what you'd be discussing.
I will be discussing the blueprint, some of the lessons I've learned in life and leadership and business, and some of the things that God has kind of shown me and taught me over the years that have helped me in my journey, and hopefully it will be helpful to the people that are here.
Thank you so much. We look forward to your session.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Hi, what's your name?
Okay, I'm Sarah Omoye.
Okay, so now you're live at the Future Summit and you decided to sponsor them, be part of the sponsors. Why did you decide to do that?
Okay, so the Future Summit has like a vision and a mission that has to do with helping entrepreneurs when it comes to startups, and that's what Sharim Incorporated is also all about. So we are a consulting company that we handle small and medium scale businesses, helping them to plan, write proposals, in fact give them administrative services if need be. So it actually resonates with the Future Summit and the whole mindset behind it, because entrepreneurs these days, they just go into business without having an idea of what they want to do. So yeah, Sharim Incorporated, that's our logo. So that's what we do. We help you bring your business into reality, your ideas. If you have an idea and you feel like okay, can it work, can it not work, we'll be the one to help you. Yeah,
thank you so much.
You too.
Good morning, everybody. Come on, please, bring it to your chest. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody feeling today? Can I move this? It's truly a pleasure to be here to share some thoughts with you guys. Have you been enjoying the conference thus far? Has it been good? Yes. Okay. Shout out to Boomplay. They have been good to me in my career. So, nice one, boss. Thanks for sharing those thoughts. What I'd like to do today is share some thoughts that I believe might be helpful to you. Some of the things that God has shown me or taught me over the last few years in my journey, in the hopes that for you guys it will be beneficial to you in your journeys as well. Is that okay? Yes. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do before I tell you what I need to tell you is I want you to take a moment and give yourself a resounding round of applause. No, I said resounding. Now, tell yourself congratulations. Congratulations. No, I mean say it with your chest, like congrats to me. Okay, now the other thing I want you to do is give yourself a hug. Yeah, say aww. Say hey yeah. Say condolences. Okay. I know some people are like, I reject it, no condolences in Jesus' name. Okay, there's a reason I told you to do those two things. And a lot of times when I'm speaking to young people, I start out that way. The reason is this. I said congratulations, or we said congratulations to ourselves because this is, early in the morning, on a weekend when you could be in bed, you could be anywhere else, but you've tapped into something about your potential destiny that you decided it's worth it for you to come here and listen to people teach. And not everybody in your generation kind of has that mindset at this stage in their lives. And so you've identified with the fact that you are a leader. Whether it's in your home, in your work, in your school, amongst your circle of friends, whether you haven't even really fully come into leadership yet, but you know that somewhere along the way, whether it's in business, a company, a career, you know that you are going somewhere, right? So the congratulations is something that we say to somebody who's achieved something, somebody who's done well, somebody who something great has happened to. Maybe somebody just got married or launched a business. We say we just had a baby. And by the way, I have the most beautiful baby in Nigeria. But we say congratulations for somebody that something pleasant has happened to. Now, condolences is a term of sympathy. It's for somebody who has gone through something. You've gone through something difficult. Maybe the person has suffered loss, or you just encountered a tough time. And the truth of the matter is, in life, in leadership, you will experience both. Congratulations and condolences. It's not a curse. For those of you who are like, I reject it in Jesus' name, I'm also a child of God. Okay? But the truth is, the reality is, in the journey that you are going on in your life, you will experience highs. But yeah, so let's get into it. Alright, so what I'm going to do today is teach you as quickly as possible. They only gave me about 3 hours, so small please, calm down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try. They said we have about an hour, and I also want to do some Q&A. So I'm going to try to teach you about 5 lessons in leadership, or the blueprint. Let's call it the blueprint. Okay, and in the blueprint that I'm going to give you, there are 5 main points. Each point has a bit of an explanation, and maybe, if I can, a real-life example that highlights a bit of the principle that I'm teaching you about. Are we together?
Yes.
Am I boring you already? No. Okay, all right, so let's go. So, the good news is, every one of these points starts with the same letter. Maybe it's the songwriter in me, who has been on Boomplay for many years. Everything is going to start with the same letter, so it should be easy for you to remember it regardless, okay? But if you are the kind of person that takes notes, I want to encourage you to do that. I learn by writing, so I'm always writing notes, okay? Alright, so the first point is calling. Everybody say calling. Calling. And what I mean by calling is the fact that I believe that every single person is called to do something or some things that are specific. This world has almost 8 billion people, but nobody has your fingerprint and your DNA. And that means that there's something that you are created to do that nobody else on earth will be able to do. Please, if your phone rings, you are buying food for all of us. Anyways, don't play, you have money. But there's something that you are created to do. There's an idea that God either has given you already or will give you. There's a vision, there's a purpose that God created you for that nobody else can achieve. A great man called Miles Monroe said something that always stuck with me. He said, the graveyard is the richest place on earth because there are so many people who die with the dreams that God gave them inside of them. Ideas that could have changed the world or changed their community or changed their society. And they carry those things to the grave. And that's why the graveyard, because there are ideas there, there are visions there, there are dreams there, there are projects there were companies. Do you just go through life or do you find the reason that you were given life in the first place? The present is a present. The fact that you are alive and there's breath in your lungs. And I have good news for you. You may feel like, oh, some time has passed or I've made some mistakes. You are not that powerful to mess up what God has destined for you. As long as you are alive, He still has a plan for you. And it can still happen. It doesn't matter. The good news is, everybody here, for the most part, looks younger than me. So you have plenty time. Okay? So I want to encourage you. And it's not, someone's like to tell you, oh, when I was your age, I used to do this, I used to do that, I was in number one, And I didn't want that to be my story, because half the time when they tell you that, they don't have anything to show for it. They're just telling you, oh, I used to. So I was like, this music thing that I've always said that I wanted to do, I had dreams of music and film. I said, I gotta start something. When I was in my third year of university, I was studying, so I have a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering. So anybody that goes to school for engineering, it's not easy. I was getting my degree. I had an internship while I was in school that was giving me money. So I would work for a company called General Electric. So I would go to work from about 7:30 a.m. to about 1:32 in the afternoon, work. I would leave work, come to school from about 2:30, take classes until 8 p.m. at night. Finish at 8 p.m. at night, drive 2.5 hours to the city where the studio that I was recording was, and record until 2 a.m. in the morning. Then on the way back, my friend would drive, God bless them, Tunde Demore and Tino and a few friends of mine. They would drive and I would sleep in the car and come back the next day and do it again, and do it again, and do it again. When we had recorded the music, and we felt like, okay, this music sounds good. People would like this is good enough. We started trying to find a record deal. We talk to this, we get a connection here, something, they'll say no, we just couldn't find a deal. So we said, okay, Jay-Z was one of my favorite artists, or somebody that I always studied and I looked up to. You can have mentors that you've never even met. So at the time I would read about Jay-Z, I'd read about how him and his guys started, and I realized that at their time, they couldn't find a record deal either, so they formed their own. So I called Tunde up, I said, listen, we're going to start our own record label. He said, okay, what do we have to do? We registered the company with the states, we registered EMA at that time. I was in my fourth year of university. We registered the company. The company was not worth the paper that we printed the registration on. But we did it. So okay, now we have a company. What do we do now? Again, no money, no connection, we said, okay, we started going to all the hair salons and nail salons in our neighborhood and begged the owners to say, please, can I come and sing for your customers? We would just show up, ask for the manager or the owner and say, oh, please, we are young guys, we're trying to start a music business. We just want 2 minutes to sing for the customers. Sometimes they will kick us out and say, please, no unsolicited, can you come here? Sometimes they will just look at us and say, oh yeah, come. And I will come and I will stand with my two friends, Tunde and Tino. They cannot sing to save their lives. And I will sing a chorus or a verse of one of my songs. And then we would sell CDs out of the trunk of our car. And we would paste posters on the side of the car. At the time, I managed to buy one car. They don't even make the car anymore. It was called an Eagle Vision. The car used to shake like an earthquake. Once you hit like 50 miles per hour, just that's what we would paste posters on the side of that car and drive to every hair and nail salon, anywhere that there were women as customers, because that's the kind of music I was making. And we would sing and we would sell CDs out of the trunk of our car. What am I saying? If we were not committed to that at that stage, EME would never have become what it became. You don't go from singing in the shower to singing at the Grammys. You don't go from, oh, I know how to do this thing, to immediately winning an award. It takes commitment. It takes years of committing to yourself and to your journey. It takes doing it when nobody is watching. When you have zero connections, you have zero money. It takes that level of, and that's where we started from. And one thing led to another. I started doing musical talent competitions. You win some, you may not win some others. Your profile rises a bit more. The internet came. You guys are lucky. Back then, the internet was just starting. You guys don't even remember MySpace. Do you remember? Does anybody here remember MySpace? Yes. That's where we used to hustle. Like, it now got to the point where we're releasing music independently. People started ordering my CDs in Japan and China. They would order 200, 500 CDs at a time. Me and my guys would ship them off, and they were selling it in stores in China. That's what, eventually, the day we were driving along the road, and we happened to be listening to the radio station, and the radio programmer said, oh, this is Flush It, or I can't remember, Praise It or Flush It, or one of these kinds of things that, these games they play on radio, and it was like, oh, this is the program where we introduce a new song, and people get to say whether they like it or they don't like it. And he played my song. It was the first time I heard a song of mine on major radio. We pulled over in the car. I just sat there and listened to me that. Now my song that I remember the first time I had a radio interview on mainstream Nigerian radio. It was with Baby. You guys know Baby? Yes. Baby called me. It was a phone interview. See, you could not tell me anything again. You mean a mainstream radio station in Nigeria is calling me to ask about my music? What am I saying? It didn't start from there. It started from going into every hair and nail salon within our reach and begging owners to allow me to sing for customers. So there's something to be said for commitment. Okay? So the second key is what? Commitment. What was the first one? Calling, commitment. Okay, let's move to the next one. Are you enjoying this?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Don't lie to me. Okay, the third key is character. Everybody say character.
Character.
What am I saying? Great destinies require great character. But character is not anything that somebody can pray into you. Nobody can lay hands on you and impart character into you. Character can only be built. Character is built by surviving storms. Something happening with this speaker. Are we okay? Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes.
Character is built by surviving.
We understand basic concept of see problem as a challenge. It's a mindset. The way you think, mindset. If you see it as a problem, it will be a problem. And if you sit down with people that always want to complain, want to talk about problem, you will sit down for the next 1 year, you are analyzing problem. The same way people want to talk about Japa, there's problem, there's no this. I wonder, most of my friends when they call me, their main problem is expansion. They're thinking, oh team, I don't know, my demand for this is too much. What can I do? I need fund to increase. But you see a lot of people, when you come online or you sit down with some people and they tell you, no, there's no job, there's no this, I just want to jump out. And I'm like, okay, there's a problem, which is part of the reason why I will create time to come to a platform like this to say, maybe let's try and change the mindset. If you don't see any good in this country cannot bless you. The day you realize you are in Africa for a particular reason, one thing I embrace first in my life as a Christian is that God that created me did not make me by mistake. No matter how you see it, there's a purpose. I am a Nigerian, and my own target is to fulfill my own purpose before I go back and go and give account of all I have done. So for every one of us here, there's a reason why you are a Nigerian. There's a reason why you have been born in that state. There's a reason why you came from that family. It's for you now to go in, think, sit down, and discover why. Because every state in Nigeria, for instance, every state in Nigeria, they have things that are peculiar to them. If you come to where I come from, I'm from Oyo State to Bomosho precisely. We have a lot of cashew nuts wasting. Cashew. That's what our people do. But you know the foreign thing in my state, we don't process the cashew, we always export it anyway. That's how we lose money. If you go to Benue State, I think people from Benue State can tell you the experience. They have food wasting there. Now, if you are in a place like Benue State, where they have a lot of food waste, I'll be thinking, can I look into alternative feeding for animals, like people in fishery? If you have anybody in fishery or poultry here, they will tell you the biggest challenge right now is cost of feeding. That's the biggest challenge in that sector, the cost of feeding. But you know what? We have alternative feeding mechanism. They call it black soldier fly. Black soldier fly is organic feeding substance, right? But how to make black soldier fly is not to take organic waste, either feces or food waste, compose them, grow the black soldier fly. I have a young guy that is into that, and he's selling a kg of black soldier fly, 400 naira. On a weekly basis, that guy grows 1 ton. That is 400,000 naira on a weekly basis. And to grow black soldier fly, you only just go to market, collect food waste for all those women selling fruit and all of those stuff, compose it and make black soldier fly, sell to fish. Like, the demand is crazy. Because that's the only substitute for the people that buy from him. The point here is, how are we going to shift our mindset into production and leave consumption? I will take you on a bit of journey, which means I've given you examples of things that we can make. But how does this guy even think about this thing? So you can start also thinking that way. Let's do that, then I'll just move on. Okay, this is what I do. I first do.
Expedited. So you're going really past our work. How do you deal with imposter syndrome, especially when you're pushed from one, like you've gotten to a certain level, and then you're okay, fine, she's doing too well here, over here. So how do you navigate that? And you're also dealing with people that are probably way older than you as well. How do you just navigate that?
So, welcome. I'm sure when you start on the other side, you thought when I get big, I'll become imposter syndrome.
Well, it pisses me off as an individual when I do a lot of jobs, do this, do that, and at the end of the day, you give me peanuts. I've worked with a lot of companies right from my university days. I even worked with GT Bank as their marketing staff, worked with Baja, worked with PZ and the likes. But you'll be surprised, at the end of the month, people will see you, they'll see you there, but there's nothing financial to show for it as an individual. How do you with that?
Okay, there are 2 ways to answer this question, and one of them might offend you. The first part is this: sometimes you need to do more than the work to show your value. So there are a lot of you walking around like that. So for me now, let me talk about when we get these contract sales people. I look out for the talents amongst them. I absorb them into the system. That's what I do. Everybody wants a good head in their corner. They are all looking for talent, forget it. Now, I always tell people, and I have many people asking me these questions about not feeling appreciated enough. Sometimes, do you need more or you need to be more? Because even the most wicked of people acknowledge value. So it's either you are doing so much, but it's not properly structured or visible, or you need to do more. So sometimes, I know it's easy to have the attitude of you don't appreciate me, I've done so much, but is it enough? I have people that think I move fast. I look at them. They don't do
something, especially when it's something that people are looking at. You've not gotten as big as you see you as, oh, you're that huge, you have something, you can just get to them, give to them. So at this kind of level, so I just decided, for a lot of time, because of the level of experience I've had, sometimes when I just, on my own self, I could just feel like it's normal. Because I've gone through such phases in life before. But I just wish that there's a, like, seeing you and, is there a better way to better motivate your team? Have you been in a position where people could be so frustrated and it's as if they don't even care again? And you're like, am I the only carrier of this? So how do you manage that? And two, how do you get to, because sometimes I'm kind of person that love being strategic. When anything they call strategic, that's when my head just gets bubbled. So anything that involves planning, strategic, that's what I just love. So because of that, I love working with people that I just want to be in a room where people are just talking, planning, strategy. I just love that. So, but anytime when it comes to the issue of finance, I tune off. So I could have a lot of plan, a lot of goals, a lot of this, but when it comes to the idea, okay, how do we get to monetize this thing? I don't just, the idea just get lost. So how do I get to that level of monetizing things?
NGO world is a very tricky one. It's my mom that owns the NGO for widows. I don't work for them. I work for different NGOs. It's a very tricky one. But you know, you need to show them that there can be little successes. There can be, and there should be if you are doing everything right. Guys, people, when you see those influencers that are being given money, gifts, all of that, they are adding value to someone's life. You say, why is everybody following this one? Strategic people, we are very dangerous. My profile always says, what makes me different is because I do strategy and execution. Most strategic people are not doers. You can't be strategic and not know what finances is. I asked Kish today, how do you fund this thing? So Kish and I have engaged on it. I never thought of it until today, and I was coming and I said, wait a minute, what's going on? And you need to think through it. Money matters in everything. You need to ask, what can I do? How do we raise money? These skills, these things we do, which of it can we monetize? But usually, if you put value first, the money chases you. So don't chase money, chase value. So it's important that, so I told Kish, talk to me next year. Let's see what we can do. You can get organization, sponsorship, you can this, you can that. It's because I'm here. But if Kish had brought me a letter of sponsorship, I get those things like 10 times a day. I will pass it to my marketing team. They have a standard declining response. They will give to you, or maybe they will send you t-shirt and face cap or something. I'm just saying, because there are too many people begging in the world. But when you see people adding value, you are the one now saying, did I not pick up my phone to call you? I called him in the morning. I said, how do you do this thing? What do you do? What do you do? He didn't give me a sponsorship letter. He didn't ask me for anything. And I said, you know, I work for a bank. I do retail. This is a youth program. We would have partnered with you. He said, I didn't want to ask you for anything. I get it. He sold value. Next day, I want to be a partner. I just have to do things. So when you are doing this work and you are putting it forward, finance is important. So you want to master how to have those conversations so that your value is clear. You also want to find a way to change those sponsorship, because you can't keep telling people stories. Some NGOs are living large in this country. In fact, now when NGOs call me for public speaking, because I'm a certified public speaker, I ask for their structure. A lot of them are earning dollars. And they'll come and take you, me that I work every day. As I was here, my boss called me, my ET called me. So they'll come and take me, then I'm supposed to do it. I'll come and talk for them free. They'll carry dollars. And so I asked them, what's your funding? Like, I want to know who I can work free for. And who should pay for my time? Because I get paid for my time. In fact, what I charge now is what I earn at work. If I'm going to spend my time talking, you pay me. I'm a certified. When I did job master, it was over $7,000 to get my certification. And I've gotten additional certifications. So people want to be part of something that is important. Give value. The money will chase you. And let it be known that there is no strategy without execution. And sometimes you have to leave strategy and be operational or tactical. That is how to successfully run a business. Otherwise, you see this Nigeria, they are looking for thinkers, they are on Twitter. But when it's time to look for who is going to do the job, you then have to look deeper, right? So well done, don't be discouraged, and keep giving your passion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My question, I would answer you answer it
You need to tell about your skills, your competence, your excellence is used. Am I this person? Do I know this? This person they say I am, if they throw me here. See, I don't think that is all the roles I've had that were out of love. I've had a needy before that, there, throw her here, let's go see she will swim. I thought so. Even though when I had that conversation, they said no, but I thought so. I've had the director before that I thought was testing me to be sure I was as solid as they were shouting. And it became my fan. So yes, it is okay to feel like that, but you should reinforce your strength, reinforce your confidence, and always show up when you get the opportunity. And yes, when you start growing fast in a place that has young people really want to make you feel like you are overrated. Make sure you always prove them wrong. Any small opportunity they give you, please. And there's something about showing excellence that even your enemies, it's hard to deny. I'm this community, another person. You know, today my siblings act like I'm the last born. These things evolve. So look for positive people. Show positivity. Don't put your problems in front. See the cup as half full. If you don't learn anything today, learn that you are the job, not your skills. And this world is so hard. Everybody's looking for happiness. So when I leave party, what do you do for fun? When I leave, I'm going to a party. You must step down. What do you do for fun? If you see me dancing in church, David is my uncle. Like, I always want people, you need to be free. Don't be climbed up. Gone are those days, everybody's looking for joy, for happiness, for some peace. You know, don't be combative. Don't be arguing. Don't be speaking big English up and down the place. Communicate. Make sure people can understand you. And you understand them. Read the room. Some people keep talking when the room has shut down. That's not, you can't work one like that. If you're in a committee, add value. But make sure you're giving room for other voices to be heard. But make sure you're also visible enough for your skills, talents, and attributes to be known and seen. So please, in the workplace, in this career group, it is developing yourself. I started very vocal. I went to Unilag, I went to FGC. My mouth was very sharp. It took some leaders to say, no, you have to calm down. In fact, when I started in the call center, so you don't think I started out perfect. When people have problems, they'll write it down, I'll be the one to speak at the meeting. I will speak English. So my boss called me and said, you know, you are easily the smartest person in this village, but you are so rebellious. You need to calm down. He started teaching me, like, the head. That's what I thought. And he started teaching me, oh, if you can, you need to communicate without being combative. You need to learn to negotiate. You need to learn to, in fact, it got to a place that, because I'm very passionate, I won't even state my opinion in the meeting. Because in just talking, you'll be like, I'm fighting. So I'll leave the meeting and then go and say, well, you know that thing you said, this is what I think, this is what I think. That was when I started to have sense. But before I will say what I think, then my boss will give, I say, no, look at this, research says, you know. So understand that you need to grow. Everyone needs to grow. And today, when I see people like me, I managed rebels the best in my organization. Because I see through them. They were me. Right? So understand that today, nobody really had, the patience my bosses had then, we don't really have it these days. It takes people who are really interested in others to groom like that, to take you beyond your behavior or your, outbursts or utterances. So you have to come very seasoned. There's very little time, too many talents. You need to see amazing things people are doing out there. So you need to do something different. You need to do something better than the next person. If you all have the same degree, who do we choose? study character. That's a differentiating factor. Not degrees anymore. Lead with excellence, work with excellence. You know, excellence 9-10 says, whatever your hand finds.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Okay, so tell me, what's your relationship with the Future Summit?
The relationship with Future Summit is the same relationship I have with developing the youth, with anything that prepares the youth for the future, with anything that ensures that we're deliberate about how we go into the future. The youth are deliberate about how they develop themselves, about how they plan their lives, about how they show quality at every opportunity they have, and about what is required to get to the top, because everybody really wants to get to the top, but nobody does the work of preparing for it. That's my relationship.
Thank you so much. Your name and what you do?
My name is Olufukes Isichei. I'm a banker and I'm a people development enthusiast. So when you find them developing people, when you find growing people, grooming people, mentoring people.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Manager BANKOLE.
BANKOLE Nigeria.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Dele Kadiri.
Okay, so you're at the Future Summit today. Tell us about your session. How did it go?
Yeah, my session is just to give the audience the blueprint of the business, and also how we'll be able to sustain the business in Nigeria. So for me, I just have to let the audience know and to encourage them, and anybody that is going to business, how you could actually sustain your business in the environment we find ourselves right now, and also how the business can thrive. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
You gave us a boom play effect.
So my word is keep streaming on Boomplay, keep downloading your favorite songs, and yeah, at least don't give out music for free, you know. If you want to encourage the artists in the industry, we need to stream their music, and we need to let them encourage them by not going to download their songs illegally. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Legacy.
And you're live at the Future Summit. How has it been so far? Tell me.
Well, I had the CEO Boomplay, then I had Banky, and he gave us the 5 steps if you want to, follow a good, nice print. And he talked about calling, he talked about character, he talked about commitment, compassion. I can't remember the last one, but he talked about 5 ways to go about in life. So I'm gaining much. We still have more people to talk, and I'm expecting to be filled, like excessively filled, before leaving here.
All right. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Name?
Ojewololu Atubiloba.
Tell me, how has your experience been at the Future Summit?
It has been wonderful. It has been inspiring, yes. It has been impactful also. I've learned a lot from the speakers, and I'm ready to inculcate it to myself too. And it has been inspiring, very, very inspiring, and insightful also. We need to learn some new things about what the speaker has been saying so far.
Can you just mention a few things you've learned?
Yes. Today I got to know that Boomplay, it's where money is being made. Yes, because we think that it's just for fun's sake. You're having your fun, people are making money with it. So that's one of those things that captured my attention, that babe, you can come up with something too, and people can actually get to like it and likes like that. So, and also when Banky W was talking, or Honorable BANKOLE was talking, he mentioned calling. He said find meaning, don't find money before you find meaning. Find meaning first, and also find purpose. I believe that some people don't even know that it is purpose that brings money sometimes. It is when you find your purpose that sometimes money will come in. Yes.
Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
My name is Gidado.
Tell me, how has your experience been at the Future Summit?
Well, something that I really enjoyed. I wasn't expecting up to this. Yeah, because the topics that were treated then it's quite informative and educative. So, and it's really interesting too.
So tell me, would you be at the next Future Summit?
Definitely. I wouldn't want to miss it. Yes.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, still live at the Future Summit, and I have here with me the moderator of the event. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's your name?
Okay, my name is Bola Tito Akwatira, Mrs.
Okay, tell me, how has your experience been at the Future Summit so far, hosting the event?
Okay, I think hosting the event is one of the best things that's ever happened to me in recent time. Able to meet notable people I'm looking up to. Being the moderator, I have gone through their profile. I'm really, really impressed that if these people can achieve this, I can. So impressive, especially when Banky W was talking about the 5 pillars, the character, the commitment, and all of that things. It's really resonating with me that you can do it. Never say never, you can do it. If you put your mind at it, you can achieve it.
What's your relationship with the Future Summit?
Okay, the convener. I used to call him my blog boo. Then I used to have a blog back then, maybe 8 years ago. I do entertainment blogging and all that. Then we were the Linda Cages of that time. So all those small blogs you usually look up to. Yeah. And you know Emmanuel is a tech savvy, is into blog and all that. So we met on the internet space and we became close, not friends, like my brother. Like if I need anything, tech, anything, he's always there. When I had issue with my blog, I called, he would come over. I met him on the internet space. I don't know from Adam. I invited him over to my house, he came. And they say the rest is history. Wow. He's my blog boo, he's my brother.
Thank you and enjoy the rest of today.
Thank you.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Anwoche Victor Patrick.
Okay, tell me, how has your experience been at the Future Summit?
Well, so far I would say it's been so good. You know, I learned a lot from what Mr. Banky said. He spoke a lot about achieving what you intend achieving in life. He spoke about your compassion, your commitment, so many other things, commitment, dedication, determination. So in a nutshell, I would say I've learned a lot from the program basically.
Okay, so would you be at the next Future Summit?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be at the next one, definitely.
Thank you so much. How's your experience been at the Future Summit so far?
It's an awesome experience, and it's something that every youth out there should be opportunity to be part of.
What are some of the things you've learned so far?
I learned a whole lot, developing my character, having the willingness to go, even though I don't see the future certain to be where I want it to be. Just keep pushing. I even learned from Banky, perhaps. Funny. So that's it for me.
All right. Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Hi, good afternoon.
Welcome to the Future Summit.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure.
First, what's your relationship with the Future Summit?
Okay, my relationship with Future Summit is basically a progressive one. Okay. When you find amazing young people trying to create a platform to support other young people to grow, I think it's one of those platforms you want to identify it. So I am happy to be part of this.
Okay. Interestingly, you're also one of the keynote speakers. Tell me, what will you be talking about?
Okay, I'll be talking about the blueprint to unlock opportunities in Nigeria, and doing that, we're going to be looking at a way we can eradicate some syndrome of Japa in Nigeria.
I look forward to that actually, because that's the trending thing now.
Yeah, so let's see if we can join.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much for having me again.
What's your name?
My name is Amidu Mohamed Deban.
You've been at the Future Summit. Tell me, how has it been so far?
Wow, the Future Summit, the blueprint. I guess it has really proven the name. It has given me an insight into the future. It has taught me, okay, the future is there. Okay, set your blueprint, because you can't get to the future
without a blueprint.
Wow.
Amazing. All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, I would like to say one or two words. On a sincere note, though I came late, Lagos traffic and all of that, but I still needed to make it. I got something from Banky.
Okay.
Yes. I'm an innovator. I have a startup called Plastic Build Solutions. Our focus is on how to innovate to tackle the environmental challenge of plastic pollution. So he talked about, okay, a lot of Nigerians, a lot of us are working on innovations. In fact, we have the top 5 innovation tech startups in Africa. They are based in Nigeria. But the reform, no one is doing that. We are all focusing on innovation. So what I got to know is that, okay, I mean, we need to start something on reform, and it's one key thing I'm taking on. Yeah, I really love that. Thank you very much.
How does it feel inspiring young ones today at the Future Summit? You just had your session.
It was mind-blowing. They were very engaging. Oh my God, even I feel like I was the one that was spoken to, because they were very engaging. It was a very interactive session. I liked their thought process. I liked the energy in the room, and you can see like almost half of the room followed me outside. So I think we have a connection. This was good. This is rich, and this should happen a lot more. And I don't know how Kish does this thing, but I think that it needs a lot of support, and it can't be once a year. I think it can be once a year. It was a very enriching session, even for me as a speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you again.
All right.
Hi, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Abayomi Ele.
How has it been, your experience at the Future Summit so far?
It's been a insightful one, I must say, looking at the different set of speakers that we've been able to hear from, ranging from people that manage from the tech world, and you also look at people that also been able to, in terms of the music industry and combining politics, which is also a leadership, and also you look at it from also the business angle. So it's been an insightful one, I must say.
Would you be at the next Future Summit?
Definitely.
Thank you so much.